WTI crude back above $90 a barrel this morning. Earlier this week, it was as high as 94. Join us now to talk about the recent rally and whether we're likely to see $100 a barrel anytime soon. Amrita Sen, Energy Aspects founder and director of research. Is supply the most important of the two now between supply and demand, Amrita, or will demand eventually reassert itself if there's a slowdown and based on China, et cetera?
I mean, it's never one or the other. I'd say the reason we are here today is definitely driven by demand and, of course, OPEC policy. I think I would say that OPEC Plus is very much firmly in control of the market. It's managed to draw down inventories, pretty much everything that we built over the course of last year. But the point you make is precisely why Saudi Arabia is being cautious about bringing barrels back, because they are concerned about a slowdown in the world economy, US-led, but potentially even China, right? And that's kind of where the supply-demand dynamics kind of come together, because the demand concerns is what is driving a lot of the supply policies right now.
MBS doesn't speak much. I was wondering whether did you see a lot of that interview on a competing network? Did he say anything that informed you about the future plans for output from the kingdom?
I mean, I would say in terms of the energy policy, very much Prince Abdulaziz who is in charge. And again, it's been about stability. We've also talked about this, that ultimately they remain revenue optimizers, right? By cutting production, if they are getting higher prices and higher revenue, they are going to continue to do that. And I do think that is something the West tends to miss. They keep talking about market share. And I think that's kind of one of the things that's come out of the kingdom in terms of being in charge and being a little bit of a central banker for oil markets. I think that would be my biggest takeaways.
Does $90 oil cause domestic production to increase? Will we exceed the levels from the record levels from a couple of years ago eventually? Have we done it yet?
Oh, we are already on track. And, you know, whether it's 90 or 80, I mean, those prices, it's almost immaterial. They are high enough for U.S. production to grow. I think the challenge for U.S. production has really been around shareholder pressure and the best quality acreage for oil, not for NGLs or gas, but for oil, having been drilled. And you are starting to see slowing production growth in a lot of basins. Outside of the Permian next year, we think even Permian production growth is going to slow quite materially, regardless of the price.
So what then is 100 next? Is that the top, or do we not go to 100? Do we go back to 70 or below?
No, I mean, look, calling $100 when prices at 95 is hardly a call, right? I mean, we've been calling for prices to average well into the 90s through the end of the year, and I think that's materializing. Could we go above $100? Absolutely, yes, because ultimately it's a number, and we do have a lot of positive financial flows right now that should support prices continuing to go up, especially given fundamentals are so tight. I think to go back down to 70s, demand would have to take a material hit. We would have to get into a real recession mode. Demand will slow down next year. There are concerns around growth, but we're not expecting a full-fledged recession, more like a mild recession in the West.
All right, Amrita, very good. Thanks.
Thank you.
What's the all-time high, and when will that be exceeded in WTI?
Oh, well, if you're talking about all-time highs, you're talking about 2008, $148.
$148.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting there right now, that's for sure.